Those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They look to throw. It's locked. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And
now Rocky lost the football. It's held. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Murray now to throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. These 2 teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray finding Ertz here on the out route. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was spot free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Penny up the middle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Lock going to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on 1st down, Lock. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From midfield, here's Locke. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take over at their own 41. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First down, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Cardinals at 2-6 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
3 yards remain for second down. Murray a give. This is Connor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. And that play, if they did it, it certainly didn't work. There's no doubt.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
On any running play this called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 10, Cardinals 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Murray trying again after the pick six. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. On the return, picked up some good blocks as well. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play action. Now it's Locke. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Locke. This is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Here we go.
After the turnover, here's Locke.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now back to throw.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be 1 completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
And this is caught on the sideline, and he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Locke to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 62 yards.
And the Cardinals are back within a score.
Extra point good by Prater. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down is Locke. The throw taken in by Cole. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. And Walker with it over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Myers' kick is good, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown in this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And able to get this down inside the 15. 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Jamal Adams coming up from a safety spot to make the play.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. The 30. 10.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him from going all the way.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for it.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Drew Lock with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The Seahawks will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Lock going to try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they were right on target there with a fade to get the 2.
It seems like a low percentage play, doesn't it? Because you're throwing it into a tough spot and there's not much room to come down. But when you have a really athletic receiver and a quarterback with touch, it's hard to defend.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing now is Lock. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, Throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Inside handoff, Penny. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the medal.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
The Cardinals make another first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Straight ahead, Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
So the victory here for Seattle.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.